A new study by the Canadian Federation of Independent Business says the average small business owner is working the equivalent of an 8-day work week. The CFIB report is based on a survey of members last September. It suggests that 59% of Canada's small and medium sized businesses have been affected by labor shortages, which have led the average owner to work 54 hours per week to compensate. With us to unpack the survey and the impact of this labor shortage is Ms. Laure-Anna Bomal. She is an economist with the Canadian Federation of Independent Business and one of the authors of this study. Ms. Bomal, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thank you for having me.
So, as we mentioned and highlighted, small business owners were found to work the equivalent of an 8-day work week. Can you put that into perspective for us? What does an 8-day work week look like for these small business owners?
Yes, so on average, all business owners are working about 54 hours per week, and those that are affected by labor shortages to make up for it by working more hours are actually working even more, about 59 hours per week, which can translate to the equivalent of an 8-day work week.
And about 59% of small businesses surveyed were pointing to labor shortages as one of the main issues here. So, what were found to be the causes behind this labor shortage?
So one of the main cause behind the labor shortages can be attributed to Canada's aging population. So we know Canada's demographic have changed in the past years, and the share of working age population has been declining, and the trend is set to continue.
And what does this labor shortage look like across our country? Are some regions harder hit than others?
So yes, provinces such as Quebec, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan are more affected, but we'll have to remind ourselves that even less affected regions or provinces are still quite high in shares of business that are affected. It's more than half of them in any provinces across Canada.
Some concerning information there. Now, in terms of the business sectors involved, are some business sectors more affected than others by this labor shortage?
Yes, by sector, at least 70% of businesses in construction, enterprise, and administrative management and hospitality sectors are affected.
You can only imagine the impact this could have on the personal and mental health of these small business owners. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the impact to them professionally and personally?
So this is a lot of time that business owners could spend on other priorities, of course, so such as growing their business or looking into government programs, developing strategies. But the impacts can also be on a personal level, as you mentioned. So many owners who work more hours don't have time for their family or their friends.
All right. So, what is maybe for more of a broader perspective, what is the expected impact of this labor shortage on the economy?
So we know another impact of labor shortages for small business owners, almost half of them mention it as the main impact, is that they have to turn down sales and contracts or decrease their service offerings. So it's already the case for most of them. So we can really expect some small businesses to lose some money here as they miss some business opportunities.
All right, Ms. Bomal, let's talk about some solutions here. So, what kind of steps is the CFIB recommending to address this nationwide labor shortage?
So one solution could be to increase the labor pool of workers. So it can be with implementing measures targeting older workers or underrepresented groups, or simplify and improving the immigration processes. Just simply another set of solution is to reduce red tape, and finally introducing more tax credits towards productivity, such as automation tax credits,
All
for
right.
example.
And what are you watching for next from policymakers when it comes to this labor shortage and as it continues to impact business owners across the country?
So we'll watch policymakers doing more, as it's really an important issue for our members and for small businesses across Canada and for their employees as well. They are working more hours too. So it's really a hot issue, and we look forward for policymakers to doing more.
Right, just about 30 seconds left here, Ms. Bomal. But if you could leave us with one message from CFIB when it comes to this labor shortage and addressing the concerns of small business owners in Canada, what would it be?
I would say that business owners that are affected by labor shortages work 59 hours per week. That's a lot of hours that they put to work to make their business happen every day. So that's really the highlight of the report. So governments should really act right now to find solutions to help them.
All right, Ms. Bomal, thank you again for your time today on Forum Daily.
Thank you. Goodbye.